Certainly the carved doors are the most prominent artistic feature of the architecture of the coastal towns. And when I first arrived in Mombasa, and I told you I was involved with these friends who were trying to conserve the old buildings and record the buildings, I ended up doing an inventory of the carved doors in Mombasa. And I certainly realised at that stage that very little had been written about them and not much was known about the different styles. And with my art historical background, I quickly noticed that there were a number of different styles of doors. And so I then went to Lamu and looked at all the doors there and went with a photographer there. And I also went to Zanzibar, which in 1985-86 was just emerging from a rather sort of difficult period where there had been a communist regime, really. But they just decided that it wasn't working for them, and they were opening up and encouraging more interest in looking after their old buildings. They were seeing that tourists might be interested and it would be a profitable venture. Windows and doors are artefacts just by themselves, and quite often the buildings were very plain. So if you wanted to have a little bit of decoration, it was easy to do it in the door. And I think there must have been a tradition that must have gone back, well back, for decorating doors. And even in Portuguese times, you hear about, they comment on the wooden doors and in some of the architecture along the Swahili Coast. In the time of the Sultan of Zanzibar, it was a status symbol. It became more and more of a status symbol. But I think some of the plainer doors, they were a means of securing the house behind. And some of the designs of the doors with their heavy centre posts and their huge locks, some of them have several locks, it is a sort of means of security.